Hi there. This is City Skylines Riverdance hard mode. We're in episode 30, and this particular episode is going to be strictly first persons. It's going to be nothing but first person from beginning to end, but with a purpose. There are so many modders out there who have worked so hard to give us these wonderful mods that we all use in our game. And I have so many of them in mind, I thought it was only appropriate to give kudos and acknowledgments to all of our modders for all of the wonderful things that they have given us. So I'm starting with the fact that this thing that I'm doing right now in first person, I'm not in a sim, I'm down here on my own. I can hit tab and come back out and get around the city and do my own thing, or I can go back down by hitting tab and be immediately apparently in somebody's backyard, and get out and walk around. I don't know why these people are walking where they're supposed to be riding. Uh-oh, I hope I didn't do something wrong here. I don't know why they're doing that. They're not supposed to be doing that. Okay, well, we'll figure that out later. Anyway, this first person was by Tony56. I did use a different one before, but now I use this one. It's even better. I did use N-Lights, but his crashed and after the 1.4.0 update, and so I'm now using Tony 56's and it works beautifully. I'm going to get killed here if I don't. Why are these people walking in the bicycle lane? You know, I'm not going to worry about it right now. Okay, now you see all these beautiful pink trees? They're cherry trees, and they are by SHroomBlaze, and I have them, as you can see, all over the city. This is just one of my cities, and it's in parks all over the city. So, you know, just to give you some idea of what we're doing. Now, we do have down here what looks like it should be a mod, but it actually came in the game, and that's this really cool skate park. I used to use this little one, but that somebody had modded, but it didn't actually have people skating in it. It just had people walking through it. This one actually has people skating in this. There she goes. That's a lady, by the way, a girl, who's being timed by her coach standing there off on the hill. There she goes. These people are really doing this stuff. Okay, now that you can find in the game itself. You would go down to Tools, I believe. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You would go to... maybe it's Parks. Yeah, it's Parks, and then which is the tree, and then it is Tourism and Leisure, which is the far right tab. Then the arrow far to the end, and then you hit this guy right here, and that's the skate park. Okay, just to let you know, if you ever want to put a skate park in, and you have done the... It popped up in mine when I was... After I did the After Dark, or possibly after the 1.4.0 update. I honestly don't know which it came up in. Okay, so we have another little thing down here. That's this little lady. I'm going to see if I can get down in here. And there we go. Okay, so let's sidestep over here far enough to where we can see her. Okay, now this is the NEROS, let's see if I can get it right, NEROS Fountain, and it's by RyanJamesOfLondon, and he made a beautiful fountain there, I thought. If you get up close, you can see it even has water in it. Okay, and that's beautiful. Now just past her, you'll see that beautiful weeping willow tree. Now you're going to see those later in this episode as we're in a car driving. These babies are all over. They are made by MrMAISON, and I liked them so much that when I created the map, I put them all over in the map before I even made the city. They're beautiful. These flowers below the cherry tree, the bush flowers are by Breeze, and these little field flowers that you see kind of sprinkled about in here, I use them a lot. You'll see them all through the park. These field flowers, which I think are so pretty, and they light up at night too, by the way, those are made by DazFlint. Okay. Let's see if we can go find some other things. Probably not in this one. Okay. So popping back out, and let's see, we've shown all of these. Okay, now the game itself, you'll notice that my game is more than just 9, obviously more than just 9 tiles. It's 25 tiles, and that is thanks to, let's see, I have that written down because I knew I'd forget it. The area enabler, which gives me 25 tiles to work in instead of just 9. And that one is by INNO, I-N-N-O. And you'll note that I no longer, those of you who have been following along with me on my, well, let's just get down in here. Go down to another one. Those of you who have been following along with me in my playlists know that, what was I saying? Oh, that I used to have to go in and manually bulldoze things out every time something got burnt up, or every time something got abandoned. Not anymore. Thanks to Sadler, the AUTOBULLDOZE is now in my city, and it just takes care of it automatically, which I think is fantastic. Okay, we're over in one of my other neighborhoods now, and going across this park area, there if we got down into it, we'd probably see. Did I put the field flowers in here? I thought I did, but maybe I didn't. Not in this one anyway. It must be. Oh, there's some. Okay, right down here are some more of the field flowers. If I walk forward in it, there we go. Beautiful field flowers, more of Breeze and SHroomBlaze's trees and bushes, MrMAISON's trees. That's not all, folks. Far ahead of us is another park. And that park is filled, now that's a medallion park, but this particular one, I filled some of it with these beautiful jacaranda trees. The reason I did that was because, and we're going to get down and walk through this in a minute so I can show you some things, but I'm just trying to get up close here first, was because this PEGASUS statue, which is made by Niis-Ku, and it's 4 stories tall, folks. It's huge. You can see the buildings are so small next to it. I had already made the park that Niis-Ku made. I took it and I took out his or her trees and put in the jacarandas because I thought they really set the statue off nicely. So then, of course, when I plopped it down into our regular medallion parks, which are kind of bare, they didn't seem to match up. And I wanted this entire park area to look like it belonged with the statue. So I just spread SHroomBlaze's jacaranda trees down into this area. And if you're in the park, this is what they look like. They are so pretty. There. Okay. So I've shown you the field flowers, MrMAISON, jacaranda trees, weeping willow. Let's see. Now, oh, very important. To those of you who've been following along with me, you've heard me complain bitterly that the seagulls were driving me crazy. I couldn't stand the sound of the seagulls. Do you hear any seagulls? Does anybody hear any seagulls here? Not a sound, huh? No seagulls. All you hear is birds and people. The things you should be hearing when you're in a park. In the early morning and in the early evening, you hear a whole lot of birds. I don't know if you folks can hear them, but I can hear little twittering birds in the background. Before I got rid of the seagulls, you couldn't hear the birds, you couldn't hear the water, you couldn't hear the people in the background, you couldn't hear anything but those crappy seagulls. Well, thanks to Thale, Thale 5, I no longer have seagulls. That's another mod. Okay. What did else do? Oh, I think I have, do I have, no, I don't have the cattails in here. Okay. Now, I do want to show you one other thing though, and maybe I should get out and grab a car that's driving in order to get to this. Reason being, I think I'll get there faster. Oh, maybe I can grab this guy and go with him. Except first I guess I should get this back over. Okay. Now then, he's going home. I don't know if he's going to go far enough, but hopefully this teen will take us on his bike up over the hill and back down into the other neighborhood, which has Niis-Ku's small statues in it, and it also has a, oh, okay, we got to get out of this one. Yeah, I guess I'll have to just fly over. Okay, so if we go up over this hill in this neighborhood, I don't seem to be able to get things to move right here. And then down this hill to what is the old version of this neighborhood. And then we get out and go down here. Okay, now walking or riding, whatever, out of this neighborhood. And I'm just doing it in my single first person here. I guess I should turn it on, huh? So that people are moving. There. Apparently I'm moving faster than the little old ladies are. Maybe even faster than some other people are. This looks like a crowd that just came out of a metro. There probably is one. Oh yeah, it's at the other end of this park. But I wanted to show you the park because you see all these beautiful trees right in front of us here? These are shade trees, again by MrMAISON. And the blue flowers are Breeze's flowers. All these pretty blue flowers. And again, you'll see the DazFlint's meadow flowers here. Okay. And in the distance, remember how big the statue of the Pegasus was at the Jacaranda trees? Well, this is a one-story building in front of us. Aren't those beautiful? Breeze's flowers are so pretty around that Pegasus statue, which again, the Pegasus statues, big and small, are made by Niis-Ku, N-I-S-Ku. He or she, I don't know which name that is, but he or she created, when I told her in a comment on workshop, I let her know that I needed to put in more than one statue, and so she made a small statue that doesn't have much of it. It has a little bit of a deck on it there. Okay, but it's, as you can see, it's only as large as a one-story building. So it's like, I don't know, 10 feet tall instead of 40 feet tall. So again, that one's by Niis-Ku, and I love it. Okay, so we are now going to grab probably, I'm going to try and grab something that'll take us on a little drive. Where's this guy going? To the general store. Okay, so there's a possibility this guy may go up onto the plateau up here and get us up to where there's some promenades. Okay, and we will follow him out past the Pegasus statues by Niis-Ku and the beautiful shade trees by MrMAISON. And you're probably going to see more of MrMAISON's not shade trees, but I have those just in the park. But his weeping willows, I fell in love with them. And so you will see them if this truck goes far enough, and I think it will, scattered about in the open areas, like this area here, in the upper plateau, and I think down there closer to the water, you'll see some of the weeping willows that MrMAISON made. And somebody asked in one of his comment sections on his weeping willow mod, if you go in there, you'll see someone asked, how big is this in data bits or whatever, and how much space will it use in my game? Can I use it for landscaping? And someone else commented, oh no, you shouldn't do that. You should just use the game trees. Well, I'm here to tell you, I used MrMAISON's willow trees. I just scattered them all over the place on the upper plateau, which we will be driving through eventually here. And you will see them where there is nothing else. It's out in the country. No city has been built there yet. And on the sides of the roads, and as you hit over the hills and look out, you will see all over the countryside there MrMAISON's weeping willows. So you can put them anywhere you want, and you don't take up a lot of space. My game's working fine. Over on the right are the water pumps. A few of them, not all of them. Some of them are over there. Okay. Now this, of course, is scattered with regular trees because it's the forestry department, but once we drive out of this area, which is the forestry division, and using hardwood trees, because I wasn't sure if it would mess something up if I didn't use the game's hardwood trees for the forestry areas. But here over on the right, you'll see MrMAISON's willows and SHroomBlaze's cherry trees. Now, out here in the middle of nowhere, just along the freeway, just by the freeway, more weeping willows, and they are so pretty for landscaping. I love them. I know they're supposed to be just by the river, but it rains here a lot. It really does. Okay, so this guy is going to take us to straight ahead. If we got out and went straight ahead right now, which it doesn't look like he's going to do, so I'm going to jump out of him right now. Okay, so now we are in the industrial area, and straight ahead of us. Oh, that is not a promenade. I was going to make it a promenade, and then I changed my mind. So I need to find some place that has the promenades. That would be, I believe, right up here. Okay, there's a promenade. And the reason I wanted to show you the promenade is because the promenade itself is a mod that was created. Get over here and jump down so we can see it. Now, this promenade was created by VIP. It had different trees in it at the time, and it does have this one little problem. If you are in an area where things are not flattened out completely, you get this with the sand, which is of course not good. Okay. Yeah, little kids sitting there playing. Again, MrMAISON's Shade Trees, Flowers by Breeze, and then this beautiful Summer Willow by Ston 3D, S-T-O-N 3D. And I have them all through. I took out the regular game trees that were in the promenade and put in MrMAISON's and Ston 3D's trees because I just think they're so beautiful. And I put Breeze's flowers in the flower pots here. But the promenade itself, the actual promenade, all of the brickwork, all of this beautiful rail grading, the park, everything but the plants, okay? Everything but the plants. The park, parking lots out in front, and at night you will see, at night, I'll get out here on the outside of it, at night you will see, I don't know if I can show them to you. Do they show? Okay, see that little thing sticking off the post up there? That's a light that shines at night. So hopefully we will, I can do a night shift thing here and show you that. But meantime, kudos to VIP for having created this wonderful promenade. You can put it together. It's one single piece consisting of this walkway in the middle and one of these on each side, these upper levels here on each side. And then right here where you see this little jiggle in the cement, right there, that's where there's another section of it where you just jam them one against the other in your game, and it makes a long promenade. I mean, it goes on forever, you know? And I didn't make any of this. I got it at workshop thanks to all of these wonderful modders who do all these wonderful things for us. Okay, now there is a Mother Nature statue by Prophet that I wanted to show you, and I believe it's up on this plateau also. If I ever see a car go by going in the direction I'm going, we'll just hop on him, because that would be a lot faster. But it seems like everybody's going the other way right now. There we go, there's one. Okay. Oh, I see, it bounced me back anyway. Okay, well then I'm just going to go straight over. See, remember the park with the jacaranda trees and the Pegasus? Before I put in the jacaranda trees, I had this. And it's just, there's not that much to it, you know? I found something that is supposed to fix that. After the last upload, we had something that was called terraforming. It's down here just past, you know where you go to the budget, right here, right? The big green brick. Well, to the left of it now is something called landscaping that we did not have before. It was only in mapping before you did the city. Now there are a few pieces of it that you can get here, and I like this one. It's called level terrain. Because this popped up out of nowhere, I think because of the update, or possibly because of the After Dark that I bought, one or the other has caused these sorts of things in some of my park areas and where some of my houses are. They either go way down in the ground or way up. But I've discovered I can use this terrain tool by clicking. I'll just grab it here. By clicking on the part that's flat, I can then come over here and click on this part, and it flattens it out. I right click here and I left click here, and it just fixes it. So, you know, if you're having problems like that in your game, that would be how it gets fixed. Okay? And you can see there are a lot of people down in there enjoying the park, but we're going to go over to this park, right just past our lake here. I have a little tiny miniature park that I'm going to try and get into here without getting run over by freeway cars. There. Okay, now this park again has SHroomBlaze's cherry trees and MrMAISON's willows and Breeze's flowers and DazFlint's flowers, but it also has Prophet's Mother Nature statue, and she is so pretty. Now I've put a little spotlight on her, so at night she lights up, which is wonderful. And there is one other. Do I have it over here? Okay, let's go take a stroll over this, because I believe it's in, we'll see it on our walk around the lake. There is one more that lights up, one more cute thing. It's Cattails, and by Mr. or Mrs. Soldyne, Soldyne. And out here, usually next to the benches along the water, under the willow trees, on some of the parks here, I put in Soldyne's cattails. They don't look like much in the daytime, but at night they light up and they're absolutely gorgeous. If I can just find them. There's one. Okay, now you wouldn't think that's much of anything, would you? It's just a cattail, right? And it hardly even shows in the park because of all this tall grass, which I am praying somebody will come up with mowed lawn as a mod, that we can put a mowed lawn mod on our game, and suddenly all of our tall field grass will disappear, and we will have, at least in our park areas, we will have mowed lawns. But so we can see the other things that are so pretty. But anyway, this little cattail here, in the nighttime, it lights up all on its own, and so do the flowers by DazFlint, and some of the other things also light up at night. So I'm going to put this on night shift, and I'm going to hope that it will go to night shift quickly. I'm hoping we'll already be in it. Probably not, since I want us to be. No, we'll have to wait. Although it looks like it might be getting dark out soon. Do we have long shadows yet? No, not yet. Okay. But we will have. So until we do have, we'll just take a little stroll around the lake. In first person mode. There. I'm going to pretend I'm a bicyclist. I seem to be going as fast as one almost. And I have my speed turned down to, like, hopefully nothing. There. If I was a bicycler out here, I would want to take a little bicycle ride around the lake. That would be fun. I should put some cattails just out here. I don't know if I can access them on their own, but if I can, I should put them around the lake there, up closer. I don't know if the cattails will die. Like, see now, if you put MrMAISON's trees or any trees in the game in this sandy area, you wind up with dead plants. So that's why they're all in the green grass area up there. But I don't know what would happen to Soldyne's cattails. I could maybe try it and see what happens later. I'm looking to see if I missed anybody's. I don't think I missed any of the mods. If you are a modder and you see your mod in the game, please tell me. I wanted to replace all of these lights with these really pretty English lights that are like 3 bulbs on a pole, but the only mod I can find so far that does that requires something called snowfall skin, and I'm a little leery of putting something that I don't understand on my game, so I'm still looking for one that I can just put in without that. I'm a bicycler who doesn't ride a bike very well, obviously, because see now I could go around this way probably and swim through, but the minute I get under this bridge, I think it's going to take me up above the bridge. Oh, it didn't. Cool. So I could, if I wanted to, just walk along the back side of the buildings. Which is kind of interesting. Of course, all these buildings and all this other stuff, all of this comes with the game. The mods are extras that you go into Workshop and get. Okay, so now if I decided I wanted to actually go up on the bridge, you can do that too in first person. Tony 56's mod allows you to literally become a sim, go wherever you want to. You can actually walk on the bridge. I just think that's so neat. This is a pedestrian bridge, not a car bridge, just to bring the pedestrian path over the area where, see, you can walk around trees. I'm just kind of diddle-dinking around here waiting for the night to set in so that, see, it's coming because look at the shadow from this tree. It's not under it anymore. When they start pointing in that direction, rises in the east, sets in the west. So apparently the shadows are pointing west because the sun is east. So that's a way to tell in your city which direction is north. Okay, if we face the trees so that east is on the right side and west is on the left side, and right now if the sun is setting in the west, the shadow is going towards the east, right? So you face a tree on the side so that the shadow from the tree is on the right of you. That would be the east, and the west is over that way. So that makes what you're looking at straight ahead north and what's behind you south. If you ever want to figure out, what's north, south, east, and west on your, wait until evening or early morning when you can figure out from the old saying, the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. Okay, so now we have nighttime coming on, and we can go find Soldyne's. Now here are the field flowers, and see how they light up at night? They are so pretty. I have little fountain lights in the fountains and the street lights, but that's all there is. Aside from that, all you're going to see is the light, at least I think these light up. Maybe they don't. Yeah, they light up a little bit. Or maybe they're just catching the light from over there. I wonder if it's possible that they're just catching the light from elsewhere. I don't know. Let's look back this way. No, I think they have a tiny little bit of light in them. Now, Soldyne's cattails are definitely lit up. I mean, they've got light shining in them. I'm trying to get situated so that you can see them. There, okay? So you can actually see the cattails from a distance in the park. So if I could put enough things in my park, I could use the cattails as a way to light the paths, even if they didn't have these lights on them, which they do. Okay, now the fountain comes, and there's another of the cattails. Maybe they don't light up all that much, because it's only lit up apparently where things are shining on it. I guess I was wrong about that. I thought they were lit up. Okay, now these fountains are not normally lit up, and they come with the game. They come with the game not lit up, and the spotlight that I stuck in the fountain that I put inside of it, that fountain, is it raining? I guess it is. Yeah, it's raining. The fountain comes without the spotlight, and then you go get the spotlight and put it in. Yeah, I guess all of the plants just look like they're lit up because of the lights in the park. Oh, see, now there's the nice little things again. Okay. I know something that does light up, though, so we're going to stop the game for a second so that night doesn't get away from me. I'm going to try and pop out. Okay. And as you can see, the Mother Nature statue by Prophet. Now, I don't know that it was, I put a spotlight at the bottom of it so it shines at night. I don't know if it would normally shine at night or not. Maybe it wouldn't. I honestly don't remember. I think it's just because I have this little bitty spotlight on it. I'll see if I can show you. Which comes in the game. Now, the Mother Nature doesn't. You have to go on Workshop and look for it under Prophet's Workshop. But, okay. Down here at the base, there is a... Is this the one that I actually managed to get it inside? Or is it on the other side of her? Oh no, this is the one I actually managed to get the spotlight literally inside the statue. So it makes the statue look like it's lit up, which I think is so cool. Okay, now, however, there are other things that light up at night that we should give some kudos to. That's just the bridge. Over here, where we have the Pegasus, if I can find him. There we go. Now the Pegasus statue, made by Niis-Ku, I think. Have I got that right? Yeah. Niis-Ku made this Pegasus statue with these lights on it already, so that they light it up, and the lights in her little park, her or his little park, were already there. So there. So that's what that looks like at night. All lit up and pretty. It's almost prettier, if that's possible, in the evening than in the daytime. Boy, look at that rain coming down. More of the jacaranda trees. More of the fountains with the lights on them. Okay. And then, now that's Grandpa Pegasus, the 4-story tall one with the little teeny tiny houses next to him. And he's huge. But as before, down here are the little tiny Pegasuses. The ones that are only 1 story tall, like this building here. See if I can get down into that one. Well, I'm having trouble. All these people come through the park from the metro. That's where they're all going. They're going to the metro. I should probably grab one and walk with it. Okay, so you've got a little tiny 1 story tall, 10-foot tall Pegasus here, and it's all lit up. Niis-Ku did that, not me. At least I think she did. Did I put those on that one? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Okay, that one I don't think was lit up previously. And I put some of those little spotlights inside of the statue, down inside it, in 2 spots, just to light it up at night, because I wanted everybody to see that statue even at night. And there it is again on the other side. And as you can see, it's no bigger than that house. This is the baby Pegasus. Grandpa's over in the other part of the park. But I mean, it's taller than people. It's like 2 or 3 times as tall as a person. But it's not 4 times as tall as a house like the other one is. Okay, so all of the kudos are done. I'm going to go grab some of these people that are walking through the park here, because they all seem to be going someplace specific. Okay, let's grab this girl. I have to get back to the park first. Okay, the lady that we just saw turning in is this woman here. She's an educated adult, Kathleen Graham, and she's going to school at the university, so we know she's going all the way to the other end of this city, this game. She's going 3 cities and 2 business parks away, so we know she's headed for the metro. And she's walking through the park to get to the metro rather than taking a road. She's walking on a pedestrian path that we put through the park. And why people are walking in the air, I don't know. I found a car that was, Grandma just walked in the air. And I found a car earlier that was walking in the air, that was driving in the air. And it was also an old person, and it said very, very confused. And I'm thinking, yeah? Okay, she's down in the metro now. Okay. And so we're waiting for her to actually get on a transport metro train. So she's waiting for a metro train, and she's facing, there we go, she got on one. And so hopefully we'll be able to follow with her. That little blue bubble is Kathleen, I guess that was her name. And she will come out of it looking green, but when she goes to get on the next, because she's going to do some transfers, I'm sure. Oops. Oh dear. Okay, well, bad person, bad person. We'll have to grab somebody else. I I did a very bad thing. Okay, let's go back and find. It's hard to find the metro station. There it is. Okay, so we're going to go down by the metro station and grab somebody else who's getting on it this evening. There. Hopefully somebody else will be getting on it. Okay, who's this? Going to work at a quiet corner shop. Not as much as well as I really liked the idea of the lady who was going to the. He's not even getting on the metro. I liked the other lady because she was going to have to transfer a couple of times just to get where she was headed. Okay, please be going to school. Going to work at the metro station. Well, that doesn't help me any. Gosh. Anybody planning on getting on the metro? I obviously picked the wrong time of night. And we don't necessarily want people to be doing this in the evening anyway, so I'm going to go back now that I've shown you how everything lights up so pretty at night. For this purpose, I'm going to take the night shift off, and it'll look like everything is daytime now, even though if you didn't have that on, it wouldn't be. Anybody getting ready to? Okay. Now, this lady was on going to Riverwalk. Well, nope. I was really, really hoping we'd get somebody that we could follow the metro with, because that's always fun. Huh. Okay, there's somebody getting in, going to work at the metro station. Gosh. That's not what I don't want somebody who's working at the metro station. I want somebody who's actually going. I was hoping for someone who was going to the university, because we could transfer, but it doesn't look like we're going to. So I'll just grab whatever vehicle is coming through and going somewhere. Okay, driving to work, worker at Organic Foods. Okay, chances are that's only going to the, well, we'll ride along with them and then we'll grab somebody from there, I guess. Because this one is going to go to the farming area, I think. Unless Organic Foods is not producing the foods, but selling the foods, in which case we'll be going to, I think we're going to go to the business district. Here. Yeah. That was not what I was hoping for. Where's this guy going? Driving to school at the university. Okay, that's much better. That will take us across town. So, Dexter, who's in, I'll go back over here so you can see. Okay, Dexter, who is in this little bug right there. See that little bug? We're going to jump from the sedan that we're in to this little bug by clicking on him and then getting his camera. Now we're in the bug looking at the sedan we just came out of, and I'm going to put it on the blue bubble so it sticks with him. And we're now going to ride along with Dexter Harvey, who is headed way out to the other side of the city. And since we're at 50 minutes, it's going to be our last trip, our last first person in this one, because I should have actually turned it off at this point. I really should. Aren't all those beautiful mods wonderful? They help create our neighborhoods for us. They make it beautiful. They make getting around like we're doing right now, thanks to Tony56 and his mod, which lets us jump in and out of vehicles and go wherever we like as ourselves or as, you know, a passenger in a car like we're doing now. And thanks to Sadler, who gave us AUTOBULLDOZE, so we have time to do this instead of, you know, constantly going and finding things that need to be dozed out. And thanks to Thale 5, who helped us not to have seagulls. And oh yeah, and INNO, INNO, who enabled 25 tiles for us so we can have this big beautiful area to play in. All of these modders have given all these things to us for free. All we have to do is go into the workshop and say subscribe, you know, click on whatever it is that we want and then hit the green subscribe button and look at what we get. We can do so many things. And with the new updates to the game, we can now terraform things to fix any mistakes that we made when we were doing the map. It'll cost us a little money, but not on a weekly basis. So if we have a couple million saved up, we can actually fix some of the unsightly things that or problems that we didn't catch until we were already in the game and don't want to have to start it all over again just to fix something. We can now do that thanks to the Paradox people themselves and their last, I think it was the last 1.4.0 update that did that. I don't think it was the After Dark, but it could have been. There was an After Dark update also. So we are now headed with Dexter at 53 minutes all the way up to the university. And I think I should probably stop this episode as soon as we get around the corner here. I should probably stop this episode and save it, and we'll start a new one. We'll be doing a drive-through at the beginning of the next one, although it won't be this one because this is actually in the city that I saved, so that it didn't matter how many people were dying or what was going on. I could continue to just do first persons all the way through and not worry about checking anything. So when we hit episode 31, I won't be able to be with Dexter driving, but we'll put you in a car somewhere out there and drive you across town. Or maybe we'll put you in a fire engine. That might be fun too. Okay, see you in episode 31, and kudos and thank yous to all of the modders who made this game possible for me, and to Paradox, who gave it its start. Bye.